for her reward for eating my apples, she left me a few. I figured that deserved some kind of a treat. I gave her some sunflowers today. There's the devil herself. Oh, Annie, did you like those apples? She didn't like the apples because she took a bite. There's one laying right there. She took a bite and spit it out. But she liked the leaves. Got a couple of branches damaged. Truthfully, I didn't look too hard yesterday. I didn't want to. But such is life. If you want to know why we have goats, well, we haven't milked this year, okay? We usually do. These are milk goats. This is her first year. She's about to get pregnant in a couple of months. And then there's Obel over there, and she's about to get pregnant in a couple of months. We didn't get pregnant this year, so we had goat sex, but it didn't take. So we'll be doing that this spring. Next spring you'll see some goats running around here, and we'll be milking again. Anyway, there's my apple damage. Some opinions. Should I top that apple tree? Moving on. Okra's getting bigger. Still isn't producing yet. The pumpkin's spreading more. You see now it's running over here toward the apple tree. I'm not going to worry about that. Because I can't. Here's the big damaged apple tree. And still, it's okay. I mean, maybe a couple broken branches. Look what she did to my rose, though. Oh, Annie, she was in the trough, okay? So, she left me some long branches. Mainly, she just ate the greenery. Pumpkin on the ladder. Let me show you. I forgot to tell you about the apple trees. I picked all of the unbitten apples, and well, I posted a short about it already. I'm gonna make apple pectin out of them. So, you know, I made lemonade out of lemons. I thought it was a really good idea, and I'll just freeze what I make. Anyway, moving on. I got some patty pans. These aren't producing, I don't think. Let me see. Here's one of the yellow ones. I've only had white so far. Well, that's cool. I need to pick that. But it just waters, so I'll have to wait. And I'm going to tell you right now, look. See that squash bug? I give up. I just give up. I planted way too much squash back here to be messing around with those for the rest of my life. Here's the white ones. Although, to be honest, that pumpkin is what brought all the squash bugs. And I was ruminating on this. See, it's a volunteer pumpkin from just a pumpkin you get at Halloween time. Though it said it was a pie pumpkin. So, we made pie, but we also gave them to our chickens and goats. It's got bees all over it. It's so nice. Anyway, I figure they're mass producing these things, and they don't care about whether or not they're really susceptible to squash bugs and vine borers. So of course it was going to be just loaded with squash bugs, you know, and I try not to use anything crazy. So I saw a spider eating a squash bug this week. That was pretty satisfying. But I am getting a pumpkin. You know, I'm still getting patty pans, even with the squash bugs and the vine borers. Anyway, Tabasco bushes. Pepero. As you can see, those are, well, there's some sweet peppers in there, but mainly just banana peppers, hot and mild. I love them. Can't get enough. Done some canning. Frozen a lot. We eat fresh peppers daily. Name me a dish. I can tell you how you can use peppers in it, I promise you. They're just going on and on and on. Poblanos are doing real good. They're over there. Let's see. Let me show you one. See them? bigger. The oregano's getting moved next year. Look how much space it's taking up. Ask me what I'm going to do with it, because I don't know. This is the rest of the peppers. These are mainly the hot ones up here. Got cayennes, habaneros, and those cherry hots. Though I have jalapenos over there. So, that's the peppers. Here's a crazy cantaloupe lady going up the trellis. This is 2 plants on this side. And I've got this is going to be my first ripe cantaloupe, barring anything happening to it goat-wise or anything else. And this is getting to where I'm overwhelmed. I can barely get in my garden now because of that pumpkin. And we weed daily. This is like one of the last patches back here. In fact, we had just weeded the front for like 30 minutes, come in, take a break, cool off. And Haley went to go get a glass of iced tea, and we saw the goat mess out there. He's crazy. He wants me to go love him. Excuse me while I water my tomatillos. It's getting to that time. You got to make sure your pots and your buckets are watered daily, y'all. They're getting a little sad. They're doing good though. They'll perk back up. So there's my tomatillos. Wilting in the sun. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and water those pots over there. Didn't plan on doing this. By God, if I get my camera wet, we're in trouble. Whew. I think I need to water myself, guys. And here we have the goldfish pond area. Still don't have much water lily coverage. Dogs are running from my water hose. And if you noticed my beauty shots at the beginning of the video, there's not many. The beauty has ended. We have some here and there, but even it's kind of struggling. Anyway, my water lilies just never took off. And as you can see by my murky water, it's time for a cleaning. Now I don't know what to do about that because I got all those mosquito fish in there. And there's babies. I don't know. I am kind of overwhelmed in July. I will tell you that. Keeping it together though. Keeping it together. Look what I just saw. It was good luck. Here's my front yard. I made Larry mow. You can hear what's growing on my muscadine. Isn't that gorgeous? And remember, this is Carlos. You can look Carlos up. It's a golden grape. Or golden muscadine. I know I call them grapes. Anyway, 3 or 4 grapes. But this is just the first year, We'll see what happens. The real trick will be getting it to survive through the winter. That's what I know. Stay tuned. Never grown elephant ears before. I like them. I wonder why they call them elephant ears. Strawberry bed's doing good. It grew its first weed. Zinnia's in here too. Look. See that? Hope for the future. I have not gotten one single crookneck. I have a baby right now. Got some kind of moldy, spotted. Anyway, there's something wrong and we've been trimming that out. I don't hold much hope for any squash off of those, but that beauty I got growing, huh? And I am proud of that. Look at that little bee. I think he's been following me around. And it has different stages of butternut all over. I came out here yesterday and tied up vines. Where's that little tiny one? It's so cute. There it is. And there's one down here. Now the green beans, it's been too hot. And I've got some shade cloth. I was thinking about putting them on top of it and seeing if that does anything, but I don't know. They look good. It's really sad too because they just started producing a couple of weeks before the really hot weather started to settle in. Here it goes. Corn here really didn't take, so not worried about that. And also the butternuts decided it wants to go that way. And as in the back, these tomatoes aren't really blooming for me. Oh, they're blooming. They're not setting fruit. So, like I said, just trying to ride out the weather. I have Cherokee purples and ox hearts up here. I'm not sure what I'm growing in the back. I think it's beefsteak. And I forgot to show y'all something. So let's go back to the backyard. There's my corn. This is a good corn patch, I feel. I've never really grown corn before. But I know they need to pollinate each other, and there's enough there to do that. So now the trick is to see if my compost is ready and get out here and give them some food because they're tall enough now. Yep, here's my corn. And a couple of bush beans have decided to grow back. But I've also started some watermelon in here because girls killed the one watermelon I had living. Anyway, that's my garden tour, guys. The heartbreak, the failures, some success. If I don't give up, I don't see why y'all should. Look at the bee over there just flying around. Isn't that nice? Big old bumblebee, I guess. I don't know what kind of bee that is. Y'all enjoy yourself and keep cool, and I'm going in. I am hot. It's only 9 in the morning. Peace, guys.